Kawhi, put it up, it's good!
Kawhi Leonard is one of the most mysterious players in the NBA today. All we know is that he balls out in the court and that he is a pretty fun guy. But aside from that, what else do we really know about him? Here are 10 things you didn't know about Kawhi Leonard. Number 10, he was drafted by the Pacers. Nope, this picture is not photoshopped. Kawhi Leonard was actually drafted 15th overall by the Indiana Pacers in the 2011 NBA draft.
With the 15th pick in the 2011 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Kawhi Leonard from San Diego State University.
Shortly after, he was traded to the San Antonio Spurs in exchange for point guard George Hill. Back then, it was impossible to imagine Kawhi in anything but a Spurs jersey. A lot of people are caught off guard when they find out Kawhi wasn't originally drafted by the team. Greg Popovich recalled that trading for Kawhi was one of the toughest decisions he ever made. It turned out quite well, as Kawhi was a key player in the 2014 Spurs championship run. On the Pacers side of things, they did get a healthy quality player in George Hill. However, there will always be a lingering what-if scenario. What if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George teamed up earlier on in their career? Would they have been able to stop Miami's Big Three and win a championship? Questions like that have haunted Pacers fans. But after seeing PG and Kawhi on the Clippers blowing a 3-1 lead in the 2020 Western Conference Finals, it's safe to say that they weren't missing out. You don't want to miss what's next. Number 9, he trash-talked in college. On to the weirder things that you may not know about Kawhi Leonard. He is known around the league for his quiet demeanor. I mean, this guy is the guy who did an emotionless dunk. You'd be surprised to know that he actually trash-talked when he was in college. According to his college teammates, Kawhi would trash-talk in short and unusual phrases or noises. He would often say bucket after scoring. That's it, just bucket. Sometimes he would switch it up by saying layup after hitting a layup. Or if he was feeling it, he would say bucket, bucket. On defense, he would hit you with a simple nope when he shuts you down. And if that wasn't enough, he would hit you with board man or the board man gets paid every time he grabbed a rebound. I don't know about you, but Kawhi belongs in the Hall of Fame for weirdest trash talkers. Number 8, he grew up idolizing Michael Jordan. No surprises here. It seems like every NBA player owes something to Michael Jordan. Kawhi is no different. In fact, a lot of analysts compare his game to the GOAT's. Kawhi himself acknowledged these similarities, stating that he does try to emulate MJ's competitiveness on the court, and it definitely shows. Kawhi striving to be the best player on both ends every night on the court definitely reminds you of Jordan. From his versatile offensive skill set and his elite-level defense to the way he palms the ball like it's nothing, you'll find it easy to see why Kawhi is like Mike. You don't want to miss the next one. Number 7, his hands are way bigger than you think. This one is kind of a no-brainer. It's no secret that Kawhi has big hands. But have you actually seen how big they are? Well, he's nicknamed the Claw for a reason. That reason is because of his enormous hands.
Put your hand up next to the claw. Let me see how.
Wow! Damn! That is amazing.
From his thumb to his middle finger, his hands measure at a whopping 11.5 inches. That's almost a foot long. Kawhi's hands are 52% larger than an average male's hand. Couple that with his 7'3" wingspan, and no wonder Kawhi is a beast on defense. I mean, how else could he guard Giannis and LeBron, right? Number 6. He played football in his freshman year of high school. Back in 2005, a young Kawhi Leonard missed the tryouts for the Canyon High School basketball team. Since his mom was out of town, he couldn't make it and tried to reason with the coach to give him a chance. Unfortunately, the coach wouldn't budge, so Kawhi ended up playing football. Imagine being the guy who denied Kawhi from playing basketball. Sucks to be him. Kawhi said in an interview that he could have gone to the NFL, but he hated practice and wearing pads. With those huge hands of his, it's not that hard to imagine Kawhi being a great receiver in the NFL. He might have even played with his cousin, former pro Stevie Johnson, who played 8 seasons in the NFL. Guess sports run in the Leonard family. Number 5, he takes load management seriously. Since coming back from a nasty injury that sidelined him for nearly an entire season, Kawhi has been avoiding playing back-to-back games. In fact, he has never played more than 72 games in a season. This allows him to preserve his body from the regular season's wear and tear. A lot of people have been skeptical of this practice, stating that players with no apparent injuries shouldn't be allowed to sit out games. Fans pay good money to see their stars play. There's nothing worse than finding out your star player is sitting minutes before the start of the game. While there is merit in both sides of the debate, it's hard to argue with the results. If you look back in the 2019 playoffs, you could see a visibly healthy and dominant Kawhi take over and win a championship for the Raptors. Has our list so far changed your mind about Kawhi? Well, stay tuned, you don't want to miss what we have next. Number 4. He still played in a basketball tournament the day his dad died. One night in 2008, Mark Leonard was about to close up his family-owned car wash when he was shot several times by an unknown assailant. Mark Leonard was excited to see his son play in a tournament. Unfortunately, he didn't survive. Kawhi was only 16 years old when his father passed. This was a tragic event that hit Kawhi pretty hard since he was very close with his father. Despite everything that happened, he still showed up for his high school tournament the very next day. Not wanting to let his teammates down, Kawhi played and used basketball as a form of coping. After the game, he broke down in his mother's arms. He stated that his father would have wanted him to play and to give everything he had, no matter the circumstance. It's clear that he carried this mantra all the way to the NBA, becoming the player we know today. Number 3. He still drives his '97 Chevy Tahoe. With all these athletes earning millions of dollars every year, you'd expect that all of them drive a pretty nice set of wheels. Kawhi's different. He's been driving the same car he had since high school. Nicknamed the Gas Guzzler, Kawhi drives his car with pride. It's pretty amazing to think that a guy who has a pretty fat bank account sticks with driving a 23-year-old car. If you ask me, it speaks volumes as to what kind of person Kawhi is off the court. He did eventually buy a Porsche after caving into peer pressure from his friends. Fun fact, in 2015, when his $94 million contract with the Spurs kicked in, he freaked out over losing a coupon book that would have gotten him free chicken wings at Wingstop. When Wingstop found out, they were more than happy to send the superstar a new coupon book for some good old chicken wings. Number 2, he has no social media. Most players have a social media account they use to show updates and engage with fans. But Kawhi Leonard is a man of few words. Whatever he wants to say or prove, he does it on the court and lets his game do the talking. Unlike some players who even create burner accounts just to spite some fans. KD. Kawhi does have a Twitter account, but it only has 4 tweets and hasn't been active since 2015. It's only fitting that he chooses not to have a social media presence. When asked about why he doesn't have one, he responded by saying he'd rather spend his free time with family and friends instead of being glued to his phone. The man likes to keep it simple and stays away from drama. We could all learn a thing or two by taking a page from Kawhi's playbook. Number 1, he is already in legendary company. In only 9 seasons of playing in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard has established himself as an all-time great. When he was with the Spurs, he helped them win their 5th title and became the 3rd youngest Finals MVP. Only Magic Johnson and Tim Duncan won the award at a younger age. Not to mention, he is the first wing to win Defensive Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons since Dennis Rodman in the 90s. Kawhi also had a legendary playoff run in 2019 when he led the Raptors to their first ever championship while becoming one of 3 players who won Finals MVP on 2 different teams. The other 2? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James. At this point, it's pretty safe to say that when it's all said and done, Kawhi will go down as one of the best players to ever play the game. And he is still in his prime, which is a scary thing for everyone who dares to go against him. He'll be dominating the league for years to come. And that concludes the video. So what do you think? Did we miss anything? What other things do you know about Kawhi? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.
Look at him, here he is again.